Astronauts to the moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to reality.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jeranism back with another video for you today. Going to talk a little bit about reality and perceived and consensus reality. Just kind of go through the difference between the real and the fabricated, because everyone thinks we live on a ball, but they don't realize that doesn't mean we live on the ball. It means we were all taught that we live on a ball. Just because some equations show that mathematically we can live on a ball doesn't mean that we live on a ball. Just because someone can explain orbital mechanics doesn't mean it exists. Just because someone can talk and say that things can orbit the Earth does not mean things orbit the Earth. Sorry. Now I'm about to show you something that I consider fast. This is traveling on a motorcycle 200 miles per hour. Some of you may be thinking, that's not fast enough, I want to go faster. You want to go faster? How about 17,000 miles per hour? Let's do it. Sorry, I thought we were going to go faster. How fast is this? Okay, guys, I guess we are going 17,500 miles per hour. It's what the intellectuals have to tell me. I'm a moron because I think 200 miles per hour is fast. I had no idea the blazing speeds of 17,500 miles per hour. I think I have to be confused here. Let's try the 200 miles per hour again, should we? Alright, guys, ready? We're about to go 87 times faster. Can you imagine? Let's do it!
The Soyuz, gracefully in its orbit, 245 statute miles from Earth, and as you know, it is common knowledge that the Earth spins gracefully below, as the Soyuz spacecraft is on an orbital incline of a 51 1/4 degrees, on a nominal trajectory. Sergei lies a lot at the controls as he falls around the planet at an incredible speed of 17,493 miles per hour, falling around the vast curvature of the spherical planet, measuring about 24,901 miles in circumference, on this, the 21st day of January, 2016 at 5:13 p.m. Universal Time and 9:13 p.m. Moscow Time. Here you see the masterful use of the precision crosshairs using Atari 2600 level graphics. The scientists and engineers are all brilliant and choose to use outdated graphics. Even as it were, the spacecraft eases its way towards docking with the science module and the third section of front section 37B, and all of which is a marvel of scientific ingenuity, constructed with grace by many of the heroes of our day, NASA and Russian astronauts and cosmonauts. Now we place an object in front of the Soyuz, well, because as any photographer will tell you, it is the preferred way to deliver quality video footage, and we struggle to find HD quality cameras since we spent $200 billion on this tin can that you can see for yourself simply by taking a mere cursory glance at the night sky, and you'll observe a white light pass above you, therefore proof. Now, if I can call your attention to the pride of the Soviet Union, the Soyuz, as it performs the most impossible feat you've ever seen, as it suspends its orbit. Yes, it halts its free fall Pay us no attention, mind you, when we say free fall, because there is no up and down in space. Only when we say, and we can weigh the Earth, and can let you know that with a 99.976% accuracy that we have never tested the gravity on other planets, but we know that the calculations must be perfect because Red's rhetoric can do math on paper, therefore it is as true as the Big Bang, and it cannot be questioned, as it is one such fact in life equal to those that are scientifically proven, such as evolution and your minute and meaningless life in these here expanses of never-ending space. Now you see in this amazing piece of science as it effortlessly glides closer to its goal. A welcoming connection hatch, and though it may appear to those without the benefit of a higher indoctrination, oops, did I just say that? Please forgive me, Mr. Charles Bolden, sir, for I know not what I do. And even as it were, I am watching this marvel of the highest intellect of the human mind hath ever conceived, and science materialized, and may it appear to be as a model with a black sheep behind it. The transparent nature that you now do see is an anomaly of orbital mechanics, and as a result of the orbital mechanics involved and mixed with the laws of physics and gravity and nebula, neutron, quasar, dark matter, worship Satan.
Whoa. Sorry about that. Those NASA drones can ramble at times. Personally, I'm a little ill myself. I think we need to slow down. Let's go 86 times slower, please, than the International Speed Station. So you may be asking, am I saying, is this all one giant conspiracy? Well, what I am saying is that I'm smart enough to know that I don't know. But if you cannot question these things, like this picture here, if you can't do anything but accept it, then you need to accept it as your religion. Don't trust me, do your own research, I say it all the time. I'm talking more to those who feel like science is truth and all else is tinfoil hat conspiratard nonsense. The same people who tell me not to procreate, or those who tell me to slit my wrists. The very same who say atheists are good people with high morals. I simply ask you to question and challenge what science says, that's all. You think science says that all of this is tested and must be true? Then look into it. What's the worst that can happen? If you get to the realization that it is what it claims, more power to you. But look up Michelson-Morley. Then check Einstein, who said in his 1922 paper on relativity, in regards to that experiment, I quote, "Since then, I have come to believe that the motion of the Earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment." Or Tesla, who says the supposed curvature of space-time is entirely impossible. And on July 11th of 1935's New York Times, he says, "It's magnificent mathematical garb, which fascinates, dazzles, and makes people blind to the underlying errors. The theory is like the beggar clothed in purple, whom ignorant people take for a king. Its exponents are brilliant men, but they are metaphysicists, not scientists." And further states that any attempt to explain the workings of the universe without recognizing the ether and the indispensable functions it plays in the phenomenon will be fruitless. And you need to look at what the ether is that he's talking about. It's a fluid. It's the perfect fluid. Look into it. The problem is certainly not us idiots. The resistance to new ideas and better theories are not at all those with open minds as we search for truth, but it lies in the faults of the professionals and the scientists as well as those who worship and adore these great minds, see the religion they follow. These scientists have a vested interest in the monopoly of schooling. It endangers their ocular authority, undermines their credibility, and invokes the fear that their entire lives, their years of study and papers, thoughts, and contemplations will be for nothing. And then their world, their careers, their family life, their money, their financial freedom may in a moment disappear, either if they question current science or if they venture into new science. It completely handicaps the whole field. Math should come after physics. But in our world, we have it coming first. It describes reality. That's not how it should work. So things that people hold dear and call fact, like gravity, like the age of the universe formation itself, the age of the Earth, they're all dependent on things that are unproven. While they're good to consider, we should consider everything. You have allowed them to become facts that appear in our textbooks taught by professors to kids as facts. The short history that we have on this world, it has so many massive changes that appear in old texts like floods, like massive upheavals, like comets. And if they are of any kind of a dynamic electromagnetic nature, then our current dating methods are all crap. But because of evolution, and because it's required that evolution has billions of years, we sit in the chair of stupidity, while NASA cheats and steals from us. We'll watch a little video now that should help explain what's going on with this so-called curvature and the issue we're having with that. You see here we got some guys jumping out of the plane, and you see the ball Earth behind there. Nice curvature. Yes, we know. Now you'll see as they jump out that the plane itself is curved. Okay, there's not curved planes. That's not what we're looking at. Those engines are not curved. The tail is not curved. It is the camera that's curving the plane. Now, as we watch a little further, we'll see that the Earth is bending in crazy ways. Here, we can say that the Lord Stephen Christ, I guess, is right. The Earth is concave now. Is it really concave? No. Now here, the Earth is a magnificent ball. This is not curvature. It's not measurable. It's metaphysical. It's pretend. Not reality. A little further, and now it's flat. So you'll see that the problem I have with GoPro cameras is, again, exactly this. People think this is reality. Why do you want a curved camera? Why do you want a camera that's throwing everything in balls? Bro, you gotta come over, dude. You gotta check out my video from my skydive. You gotta see what it would look like if I lived on a giant ball. No, it doesn't look like what I saw. I mean, it makes the world into a big sphere. It's like my new fisheye lens, dude. It's like reality is so 2000, man. Who wants to see that when you can see like a fish? Here we have somebody who's got a deformed left arm. Not good. Also, not reality. Oh, I'd watch out. You're gonna land on that hill. It looks pretty steep to me. I'd be careful. Unless you land and realize, oh, it's just a flat grassy plain. So, what I'm trying to say is, do not trust me. Do not take my word for it. I'm not trying to come across as I know everything. I know nothing. But what I do understand is that it is a possibility that I could have been fooled. It is possible that people can fool me. And so just because I was taught that we live on a ball, when I go looking at it, there's no evidence of it. It cannot be measured. Take a look at your real world. Put away your GoPro cameras. Use your eyes. Realize that if you put your arms out at your side, put both your arms, spread them out as much as you can, your eyes can see both your hands. That's 180 degrees of viewing. Your eyes are better than any camera could ever dream of being. Also evidence that you didn't come from stardust, but we can get into that another time. Your eyes are an amazing ocular device, and no matter how high you get up, the plane, the horizon, rises with you. That wouldn't be the case on a ball. Picture yourself being a flea on a basketball. As that flea starts rising up, the basketball stays where it's at. It would not rise to the flea's eye level. It doesn't make any sense. Think of yourself being on a beach. The water that you see rising to your eye level is all below your feet. But why does it rise up? Because it's a flat plane. You have a limited viewing area. You just need to allow yourself to think. Look at this one here. You'll see the sun as it sets here. It is clearly getting smaller as it goes away. It is not setting, we're not spinning and it's disappearing. It is going out of your field of view. You can still see its light over there. So first and foremost, don't trust me. You need to do your own research. What's the worst that can happen? You think of the ball and realize it's bullshit? You want to believe you live on a spinning ball because some Masons told you so? Because they put their tricks in books and called it science? These same guys put "In God We Trust" on your fiat currency, although it's not the God you think. SpaceX is faking their nonsense. Here you see the sun setting. Look at it get smaller. Would this happen on a 93 million mile distant sun? No, because it's not 93 million miles away. All I ask is that you spend a day and look into it. Don't tell anybody. Heaven forbid they might think you have a tinfoil hat on. Don't tell anybody and look into it. Try and prove to yourself that you live on a ball, But remember, you can't use NASA or the government, and you won't be able to do it. Did you know that you can get sunburnt twice as fast at 5,000 feet of elevation versus 100 feet of elevation? Would that happen with a 93 million mile distant sun? How about the fact that the sun is 3 million miles further during the summer? Does that make any sense? Well, there's a whole list of things that you have to believe if you're going to believe you live on a ball. Do you think you travel 21 million miles a day? You know, you could drive the entire coast of California. That's about 800 miles. So you're not quite at 21 million, are you? And you do that every single day while spinning 1,000 miles per hour around an axis that's invisible, while you're traveling 66,000 miles per hour around a 93 million mile distant sun in a 584 million mile yearly orbit, while the sun itself is traveling 480,000 miles per hour around the galaxy, and the galaxy itself is flying 2.2 million miles per hour around the center of all goodness, or whatever they want to call it. Those things are not true. They're metaphysical. They're thoughts. They're thought experiments. They're mathematical equations. They are not reality. Guess what? Even space isn't reality. I understand that they taught us it was, but it's not. Watch this little video that they're teaching our kids. You know, this is the kind of stuff they're showing them. Oh, this is Earth versus Mars, how a ball would bounce. Do they have any proof? They have the rover there. Have them pick up a rock and drop it for us to see. There's a problem with that, though. People can tell nowadays when videos have been faked or slowed down or sped up. This isn't 1969, so they have to lie to you. Do you think this is how a ball would bounce on Jupiter? Just because they tell you, because it works out on paper? Doesn't mean anything. I could show you a bank account with $2 million in it on paper, and then minus $1 million and say, okay, now it equals $1 million, so I've got $1 million in my bank account. No, I don't. It's pen and paper. It means nothing. Zero. Oh yeah, that's how it would bounce on the moon, huh? Mm-hmm. I mean, think of all the things that should have been done on the moon. Why didn't they throw a baseball so we could watch it all fly off into the blackness of space and just go and go and go and go forever? I mean, it makes no sense. They didn't do any 360-degree views of space. They didn't turn around and take a video camera footage of it all around them. Do you know in Apollo 11, Buzz Aldrin, Armstrong on the moon, guess how many times they mentioned the word Earth? 0.
Get a clue.
Play the tapes, listen to it. If you were the first people on the moon, you would turn around and say, there's the Earth, take pictures of the Earth. Problem is, we don't make them prove anything. You all just make excuses for them. NASA is nothing but liars. Same with SpaceX. Liars. And you need to research this yourself. I can't just keep explaining all the reasons that they're liars, but think of how life works. If there's a baseball game, we've got 9 HD cameras from every angle showing every player, showing every different position of the catcher. We've got a camera that sticks out of home plate, one that sticks out of the pitcher's mound, one that's on the home run fence, one that's up in the stands. But when SpaceX lands a plane, they do it at night. They do it with one camera. It's not HD. It's pixely as could be. That's all you get. Sorry, this is all we could do. We can fly rockets to space, but we can't even take movies of our own rockets landing. And after we couldn't land it 4 times in the water, well, we just decided to land it on land near a bunch of people and have a bunch of people announcing it and make it a big televised event. But we didn't know if it was going to land, except for if we faked it. It's time that we realize what's going on and challenge them. Make them prove it. SpaceX isn't proving anything. Get this. So if you didn't notice, SpaceX a couple weeks ago landed their first stage rocket, and if you didn't realize what the name of that is, it's Falcon. You know who's a Falcon? Like Ra, like the Egyptian gods. They have the falcon heads. They stand for wisdom and they stand for guardianship. It's ridiculous. It's a symbol of the rising sun. Look these things up. These guys are in your face about it. And it's completely a fake mission. I can prove that easily and have done so. What they say happens could not possibly happen. It's a complete lie. But let's say they did. Let's give it to them that they flew this rocket up to space and it came back and landed. Congratulations, Elon Musk. You're fantastic. It's like the second coming. except for the fact that 50 years ago, we launched a rocket 240,000 miles to the moon, and the rocket landed on a place we'd never been before, and landed perfectly. And they got out and walked around, and then guess what they did? Got back in, and it took off, and went into orbit and connected with another vehicle, and then came back to Earth, and then landed. And we're impressed with Elon Musk 50 years later? Sorry. Truth of the matter is, if we didn't go to the moon, which we did not, then we need to realize we have never been more than 300 miles away from the Earth. So everything changes. We don't have a picture of our Earth, except for the nice composite fake images NASA gives you to make sure you keep believing you're in a ball and keep arguing on their behalf, keep fighting for them, keep telling people we went to the moon, simply because you can't let your mind think of the possibility that someone lied to you. The government lied to you. They can't lie. They're my government. Believe me, it's hard for all of us.
But if we're all going to talk about 9/11, why don't we talk about how not so much the people who died on 9/11 were disgraced by the possibility of an Islamic athletic center several blocks away. How about the fact that they were disgraced by a president who let it happen, who went on vacation for the entire month of August after he was warned in writing that Osama bin Laden was actually finding targets in New York City and learning about how to take these planes and do terrible things with them. The thing itself said hijacking, and they did nothing about it.
Wake up. Stop paying attention to the consensus belief. Even San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown has gone on record saying he was told not to fly September 11th. But yet we got people arguing that people who would dare postulate that Sandy Hook wasn't real. It wasn't. They're tinfoil hat conspiratards. Oh my goodness. Like, you can't tell when something... You think Gabby Giffords got shot in the head? Show me a video of Jared Loughner. Any video. Where's his court hearing? Show me a video of him. We've never seen a video of him. Do you realize that? No video. Do you know how real life works versus pretend stories? Where are these victims of the San Bernardino hoax? It's a hoax, folks. Hey, that's pretty cool. It's a hoax, folks. Anyway, we are being lied to, controlled, manipulated, stolen from, and I'm not going to stop speaking out. You may have seen there's some people out there, even former friends of mine, who want to try and throw me under the bus. Well, it's going to get worse, and it's up to you whether you want to keep watching me or not. Am I fighting for truth, or am I telling lies? You tell me. Someone said that I've got so much invested in this that I could never admit that I was wrong. Are you kidding me? Show me the proof. Show me. Show me the proof, please, so I can stop making these videos. I just need to see proof. Show me proof that we went to the moon. Go back. Tell me why the ISS live feed has to lose connection on the dark side of the Earth, but we get pictures from Pluto from 3 billion miles away. Show me the Earth block out the sun and cause a lunar eclipse. Show it to me. Go ahead. Show me how we measure the curvature from California to Hawaii. Take 8 inches times the distance of 2,500 squared. It comes out to 789 miles of curvature. No, I didn't say feet, which is 2 or 3 times the size of the Statue of Liberty. I said miles. 789 miles. That is the height of California. Stand California up on its bottom, and there's a curvature, there's a mound of water in the Pacific Ocean that big. It's straight up bullshit. There is no mound of water in the Pacific Ocean because water lies flat. Go ahead and think you're an intellectual because you can drop your pen and say, see, gravity, of course it exists. It's ridiculous. You're such an idiot, man. You don't understand gravity. It's so easy, man. Like, things are they're all being pulled to the center of the ball, right? Which we can't really measure because no matter where you're at, the things are level because they're all being pulled to the center, man. Because, nothing is upside down. That's so stupid for you to think that because there is no up and down in space, but everything is always falling. It's always falling around the curvature. See, to your perception, you're right side up, but to someone in Australia, they're right side up because it's flat. Perception, that's part of your scientific theories now? To him, his perception, he's right side up, and to my perception, I'm right side up, so therefore we're on a ball. Are you kidding me? There's no antipodians. We can't both occupy the top of the globe. I know you'd like that to be true, but it's not. Don't you see? Why teach people that you're dumb if you believe in the flat earth? Oh, I'll tell you exactly why. Because you do. Do your own research, and for God's sake, if I am so damn stupid that you need to curse me out and call me a bunch of names, or make videos about me, number one, get a life. Number two, and maybe people don't understand this, so I need to make this as a declaration. Did you know I do not own YouTube? There's actually millions of people who put their videos up for you to watch. So if you don't like my videos, you just go up to that little search bar up there, type in something you do like. Type in Richard Dawkins. Type in the Armored Skeptic. Type in Red's Rhetoric. Enjoy yourself. If you think that's where truth is, go there. This has been Jeranism, guys. It's been fun. Reminding you to be nice to each other. Don't lie to each other. There's been enough lies. And remember to open up your mind because there's truth inside. Till next time. Peace. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you think we're doing a good job that needs to be done, and if I've helped you open your mind at all and you can help us out by donating, please click the Patreon link up above, or you can even help us out while doing your regular shopping so it doesn't cost you anything different than you normally would do. You just click a link below to shop at Amazon or shop at eBay or half.com, and when you make your purchases, we get 3%, so that'd be awesome. Thanks to all those who already have. We've already made about $100, which is $3,000 in sales, which is awesome. So thank you guys for donating. Every little bit helps, and we can't thank you enough. And we'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves.